Hello Capricorn, welcome to this reading. My name is Zane and we're going to be taking a look at the current energy for the sign of Capricorn for the middle of November. Now Capricorn, do keep in mind that this is a general reading, so take the messages as they resonate, drop the ones that do not, and also check out your sun, moon, and rising signs. Now Capricorn, I do not do personal readings, so if you get a DM from somebody, that is not me, that is someone impersonating me. Please do keep that in mind. I also do daily content on my Instagram, so if that's your thing, definitely give me a follow there. But with all of that said, let's go ahead and get into this reading. Now, if this message resonates, please do consider hitting that like button so other people can see the video. Subscribe for future updates and drop a comment to let me know what you think. So I like to do a Celtic cross spread here for these middle of the month readings if you were curious. But let's see what else we get here. All right, and I'll make sure everything is in view, then we'll get right into it here for you. All right, I do like to take 3 cards here to clarify as we go along. I think that looks just about good enough to me. Energy on the bottom, you have the Ace of Swords. So this is a very nice card to get, okay? The Ace of Swords speaks to mental clarity and a feeling of breakthroughs, okay? You can see the clouds in the clearing, in the background clearing, making way for something new. And with that, you know, the Ace of Swords is some sort of triumphant victory that leads to a new beginning in your life. And so it speaks to victory, it speaks to clarity, it speaks to breakthroughs, new thoughts, new ideas, new communication, and it's a really nice energy. It's cutting through any doubt as well, or uncertainty, cutting through any uncertainty and doubt, and moving forward with something. So I do feel like that's definitely what's happening here for some of you. Taking a quick glance on what cards you have here, I do feel like, let me see here, there's definitely I feel like for a lot of you there's probably a new start in career or in life situations. I do not get a whole lot of romantic messages, but if any come in, I will try to bring them in, as you know I like to do. But right away here, in your current situation, you have the Chariot. So this is what I feel. So you have 2 major cards that would both be associated with the idea of triumph and victory right away here in the middle to lay out the context with the Ace of Swords and the Chariot. You know, this card in particular is like triumph over difficulty, but really it's using self-discipline to create a win or to create success in your life. And along with that, it's this idea of as above, so below. As you see the the sun on the canopy above, in other interpretations, it's like a star pattern on the canopy, indicating the universe, and the Chariot here on the ground indicating below, indicating the earth. And so as it is done in the universe, it is done down here. And so, you know, for some of you, you are sort of putting in the work, putting in the effort, putting in the energy, overcoming challenges, overcoming difficulties, and bringing about a major triumph here in your life. This person's also leaving the city. They're leaving what they used to know, and they're going in pursuit of what they want to be going towards. Now, in your problem position, you have the 5 of Pentacles, okay? So it's interesting that we get this here in the problem position. It can foretell loss of money in the problem position. However, you have a gain of money here in the future. And so, if anything, what I feel like this Pentacles card is talking about is just kind of working through the maybe remainder or the last sort of thoughts that are held over around scarcity, okay? Because I think some of you have been working hard here to let go of a scarcity mindset or to let go of the old you, which may have gone through multiple jobs or multiple career situations. I feel like some of you are like breaking away from that with the Ace of Swords and the Chariot, and instead with this 5 of Pentacles here in the middle, what you're doing is trying to adopt a more abundant mindset. But as it's in the problem position, I feel like maybe for some of you there's like remnants of that sort of former part of yourself still coming in. And there's nothing wrong with that. You have to embrace your former self as well, even as you shed that part of yourself and you move forward. So in the past, you have the Lovers. You've had an important choice to make here. Now, this could be in, as I said, if I do feel anything romantic here on the reading, I will bring it in. But, this could indicate like an important choice to make in love. Some of you have maybe felt like you were disrespected or felt left out in a relationship of the past because of this Five of Pentacles. And you had a choice to make with a partner or a relationship. But I think for more of you, this Lovers card is talking about an important choice to make in your career, in moving forward. And with that Chariot and the Ace of Swords moving forward, there was an important choice to make in those areas. And I feel like for a lot of you, that's what is resonating more, especially as you have this Two of Wands, which I'll get into more, how that's sort of connecting here. But in the future, you have the Nine of Pentacles. So look, this is an excellent card. Some of you are maybe going to be single here for some time in the future. I mean, it's obviously, this is not like set in stone. You have free will. You can change any aspect of this reading, and not the entire, every part of every reading will resonate. So if you're in a great relationship, just keep doing what you're doing. But this Nine of Pentacles can be somebody who is potentially single on their own, independent. But more importantly, this is talking about financial independence. You can see the pentacles here on the tree have grown, and actually they are representing fruit, indicating that you have, not only do you have money coming in, but you also have something that you've built that sustains yourself over time and allows you to be independent, not needing to rely on other people. So it's really about financial independence here coming forward for you in the future. And that's why I feel like this Five of Pentacles in the problem position is saying, hey, let go of the scarcity thoughts, because there's, things are blossoming and blooming here for you in the future as you make this important choice. Now, on your mind here, on your conscious awareness, you have the Two of Wands, which is a choice between two options, okay? You can see that this person is at a fork in the road. They're deciding which path to take. And, I do want to sort of offer you something here, but there is an alternative path that is not showing up in this card, and that is you could walk right through the middle of the grass towards somewhere else. And what's important is that if you don't know where to go, it's important to just pick one path, because eventually it will lead you to where you need to go, okay? So there are no wrong answers, and if you're really like confused on which one to choose, like just know that not choosing is worse than feeling like you're going to mess up, right? And so pick a path, and eventually it will sync up with your timeline. And that's what I feel like saying here. In the lower row, you have the Five of Wands. So this is some sort of internal conflict, because this lower card here is the subconscious. It's the hidden. It's the way that you're talking to yourself, what you can't see, what's coming through in your dreams. This Five of Wands here, these people are sparring, okay? They're challenging one another, and they're having a conflict, but for you it's internal. And this is especially so with the Five of Pentacles and the Five of Wands here showing up. And so I feel like some of you are wrestling with yourself on something relating to material, something relating to money. And I do feel like that's going to change for you with this Nine of Pentacles in the future with the Ace of Swords on the bottom. And we'll see what clarifications we get here. But I feel like you're going to end up making the right choice, even though there are no wrong answers. But I feel like you're going to make a choice that ultimately makes you happy in the future. And I feel like this mental conflict, this internal conflict is eventually going to fade away. Now, where you're headed here in the staff, in your influence, the way that you are influencing the situation, you have the Judgment card, okay? And so this is somebody this is the feeling of like self-evaluation, okay? Because the Judgment card is number 20. It is the last card before the world, before you complete the hero's journey. And what the Judgment card says is it's time to take a look at what you've done so far and see what you can do to get yourself to the last step, to get yourself to the world. And with that, it feels like a judgment being ruled or come down here on you from the universe. And it's like the judgment it's a very spiritual card and a very karmic card, in that the choices that you've made up to this point are sort of being rendered out. But it's also, you know, through self-evaluation, it can lead to some sort of spiritual breakthrough, which I feel like is happening here with that Ace of Swords as well. Some of you are having money breakthroughs even. Now, in the external influence, you have the King of Swords here. This is somebody who is has the energy of the scales, the energy of balance. They will be somebody who gives you a fair shot. This could be somebody in a position of authority coming in to offer you some piece of advice. It would not be an emotional person. It would not be someone who takes an interest in you. In fact, they would help you get from point A to point B. So there could be a specialist or somebody who's authoritative in some way coming in to offer you a solution or to help you see something in a new way, I feel like, or just give you good advice in some way. Now, I don't mean to say that to, I'm not telling you to wait around for somebody to fix your problems, but, you know, there could be someone that comes in randomly and helps you out in some way. Now, in your hopes and fears, you have the Eight of Cups, maybe a little bit of resistance here that you're feeling about walking away. Like, you've left the city with the Chariot, you've left the former you, the old you, you've been given a victory, but there's also this, I'm feeling these like remnants is what I feel like saying. With the Five of Pentacles, I brought that in. And then with this Eight of Cups here, where it's like, you've walked away, you've left your empty, spilled, broken cups of the past be behind you, and you've started your journey towards the Nine of Cups. But there's still, I feel like, something that you're fearful of as you've walked away. And I think that's normal. Obviously, you know, humans are not robots, we feel. And so I do feel like something like that's going on. For others of you, you're just really hoping, if you haven't already left the city, if you've not left what you used to do, some of you are just hoping to get this new start to happen soon here. You have the Four of Cups. This is somebody who, in the outcome, so the outcome is the Four of Cups. This is somebody who is sitting under the tree, sort of bored. Okay, this is all about boredom and apathy. And the Three of Cups here represent things that are familiar to this person. The thing is, what's really interesting is I brought in this idea of, and I very rarely ever bring this in this meaning, but I said, you know, how there's this alternative path here that you could take through the middle. And what's interesting here is there is an alternative cup being provided to you by the universe. The hand represents the universe. The cup is an alternative cup or solution to your problem. You can think of it as like a download or some sort of divine insight. But the problem is that person can't see it. They can't recognize it because they're thinking about what used to work for them, represented by the Three Cups on the grass. And so in the future here, I think the message is to really pay attention, because there's a breakthrough coming in here. There's insight here with the Ace of Swords, and it could really be helpful for you. So let's go ahead and see what other cards want to come forward, see what clarities we've found. Okay, so you have the Tower. So, you know, obviously this is a feared moment in the tarot. The thing about the Tower is it's an upheaval, it's a period of change, and it's not something that you can plan for. It's not something that you can expect to happen. It just happens. The thing is, the Tower is the universe stepping in and saying, you know what, whatever it is that you're doing here is not working. We're going to put you on an alternative path because you got to make some changes. So in that way, it is a bit of a blessing in disguise. Okay, who wants to actually live in a house of cards is kind of the idea of the Tower. So it can just mean simply a revelation or the exposure of an illusion, something that's not right in your life. And that's what I feel like maybe for some of you is going on here. You have this Knight of Swords, strike while the iron is hot, okay? That's what this card is all about. It's all about seizing the day, taking advantage of opportunities that are coming in, taking action, but not being impulsive, okay? Not being impulsive. Ultimately taking actions that are good for you and that put you into a position of success and put you into a place of succeeding instead of being impulsive, which may be a decision that you make that you later regret. And then you also here have this Page of Swords, which is potentially talking about delays, disappointing news. And So for some of you, that may be the case with the Tower. I'm not going to sugarcoat it, but the thing is, we have all these swords energies, so there's something around communication. I almost feel like you're delivering bad news, if anything, with this Lovers card, where you've been the bearer of bad news, okay? And sometimes you have to do that. But the other thing about the Page of Swords is it can just indicate someone who's, intellectually curious, which could certainly be the case with this Ace of Swords, just trying to find new and inventive ways of being and operating. So what else do we have here? No, you rejected somebody, okay? You probably rejected somebody here. If you believe, and romance, yeah, it's very clearly there was rejection here. In the past, you had an important choice to make in love. You said no. That was an emphatic no. And I feel like you need to understand that it's okay for you to have done that if that's the storyline that you're resonating with. Compromise. Okay, in the future, there's going to be some sort of divine insight with all of the cards we've pulled here, and you're going to want to make sure that whatever choice you're making is done in a balanced manner, in a balanced way. And yeah, I feel like that's what's kind of coming in. But really, like, the important news here, or the important information here, is to like really take action and take advantage of any insights that are coming in for you. Okay, let's see what else we have. Okay, so you have Thief. Wow, challenging reading. Privileged Lady, House, Main Female, Thoughts, Poverty. Yeah, it's the poverty thoughts. Yeah. That's what I was picking up on. So you have a gossiper or someone in your circle here that's just challenging you with Thief and Privileged Lady. There may have even been a person in the middle with Main Female and Privileged Lady. Doesn't matter what gender they are. It's just cards, feminine energies. There may have been someone in the middle, but I do feel like maybe some of you have dealt with a gossiper or some sort of workplace challenge here, and you've walked away. You've walked away with the Chariot, with the Eight of Cups. I feel like it maybe pained you to walk away, but it was ultimately the best thing for you. Thoughts and poverty and occupation. It's almost like career changes here. Like, gossiper or career changes or love changes. And I feel like, poverty could be emotional poverty in that you don't want to be alone, but you have to be alone because this relationship's not good. Or, in this case, I feel like for some of you, like, there will be opportunities here in the future for you with occupation. So no need to fear, no need to worry. It's just there's something on your mind here, probably past traumas, past challenges around money. So some of you also may be getting a new house or selling the house or moving to a new rental or apartment or something like that. So overall, thank you so much for being here. If you enjoyed this, hit that like button, subscribe, check out my website, zaneintuitive.com. Always grateful to the people donating down below. Thank you so much for your support. I will see you in the next one.